Clap. I don't know whether we're going to just over a cup of tea and walk in a couple of minutes. Should we do some Q&A? Well, it seems like a long time ago now, but Brands Hatch's first race, we found this wee little young man by the name of Lewis, who was going around the pits interviewing drivers, and we thought he was mint, so we've given him a job, and his job is to interview us for you guys. So he's only 12, so if we can give him a massive round of applause. Lewis!
Are you enjoying the weather? Yeah. Fingers crossed it doesn't rain. Hands up here who was here yesterday, on Saturday. Good? Good? I know another person who was here on Saturday. Someone who I'm sure in the future will be a BTCC champion. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome onto the stage number 88, Tordoff. So we'll start off with you, Sam, since you have the mic. You did very well actually in qualifying. To qualify a very impressive P5 with the weather doing what it was doing.
Yeah, it was a solid session for me and JP. I think we both felt like we wanted more. The weather played quite a big part in that, and the circumstances just didn't fall that way. There was a few red flags that sort of stopped our progress, so we didn't quite get going again. And then for me, I was on a better lap, and the session got aborted when Jack Clark went off. So I felt like I was better than fifth, but fifth was just solid regardless. We came off the back of a tough weekend at Thruxton, and we couldn't get a car to up there. And today, wet or dry, we were back in the race.
Now, race one. You were battling with Rob Austin with a very wide Audi.
Yeah, Rob's the car's quick this weekend, and I think as you can see that this weekend the rear-wheel drive cars are very strong. They annihilate us off the line, and they never really let up. The same for the BMWs ahead. Race one was okay for me, quite processional. It might have been boring from the side of the track, but it's bloody hot in these cars today. It's tough work out there, and we're all the difficulty is now at this level nobody makes mistakes, and you're sort of when in a situation like that you're waiting for the bloke in front to make a mistake, and it never really comes, and so that's why it's been a bit processional today, just how close everyone is.
Now, Jason. You had a very comfortable third place in race one.
What about my epic qualifying performance? Should we not talk about that?
Okay. Jason, you did very, very, very well to
Well, that's the way to like. Qualifying, we kind of free practice 2, we annihilated everyone in the wet. We were at the second row, I think. And we didn't quite think the BMW would be as quick as it is, and not taking that away from Colin, he did a fantastic lap. Had the session not be aborted with a red flag, would I have got pole? Honestly, I don't know, but it would have been close. So, to be second was a great performance from all of us, and we would get pleased with that. Because pole or not, the BMWs would beat us on the line. So, to get third in race one, that was about as best as we could do.
Now, for championships of aspect in race one, Matt Neal and Andrew Jordan finished well down. Matt Neal could only manage 14.
That's a shame, isn't it? Did they finish well down in race 2 as well? That's a shame, isn't it? Were they high enough to get a better grid position on their reverse grid? That's a shame. So, to be honest, it's great for us because both the Hearses and Andrew Jordan's the short hearse is you know, they're not having a very good day, so that's great for championship points. So yeah, I don't suppose they'll score particularly well in this one, which is a shame. And I think we'll probably do okay actually. I think this next race has probably got the makings of being the most exciting race of today. We've got Aaron Smith on pole with Tom Ingram, and I don't think they've got a lot of performance. They're not overly cooked today. So I think it could you know, all tighten up at the front and turn into a concertina, which could produce some fireworks.
Now, race 2, Jason, you got stuck behind a very wide Audi again of Rob Austin, and you were doing basically anything you could to get past him.
I could have done a couple of other things more, but they would have been against the regulations. And you know, the thought did cross my mind, you know, to give him a little nudge. But obviously, being professional, I chose not to. You know, Rob's driving really well this weekend. He's got his car sorted. There was no genuine way past. He knew when I was a bit quicker, and you know, he kind of covered that off. You know, one of the difficulties and frustrations for us is that we lose places off the start because the rear-wheel drive car has such an advantage. And then, you know, for someone like Rob Austin, who hasn't had that good a year so far, they have this, you know, boost increase mechanism where, you know, each race that goes on, they get more and more power. And of course, when today happens, where they have a result, they get up the front, it's almost impossible to overtake them, because even though we might be quicker on the brakes and quicker in the corner, that advantage is we lose it again down the straight. So it turns into a bit of a procession. But he's driving very well, I have to say. Maybe that's because they're breathalyzing everybody this weekend. So he's probably on the lash last night. Maybe.
Now, Sam, your race 2. You were all over Gordon Shannon, weren't you, at the start?
Yeah, I came when we started moaning to me in the garage afterwards, like a little girl. Apparently I've been hitting him with the bum, is what he said. Just drive a bit quicker, don't we? No, I had race 2 was good again, very processional, a bit processional behind Rob Austin. Everyone was sort of backed up, and then 2 laps to go, I made a stupid mistake. I hit we got some tyre stacks at the Knickerbrook chicane, and I just caught the tyre stack, and it ripped the bead out of the front left wheel, and I knew straight away I'd messed up basically, and I got a slow puncture. So I thought I could get it to the end, and then the last lap just got worse and worse and worse. And 2 corners to go, I couldn't keep them behind me anymore, and they all came through like a steam train. So it was annoying, even more frustrating. I finished 9th and they pulled number 8 out of the reverse grid. So it's just the way it goes sometimes. But race 3 is always carnage. I need to stay out of it and pick my way through.
Okay, now it is called a fans Q&A for a reason, because you guys get to ask some questions. So I hope you've been thinking while I've been asking the drivers some questions. So also, we've got 2 prizes to give away. We have got a lovely £10 Tesco voucher to give away, and also a KX t-shirt. So, who's got a question?
Well, you wouldn't be able to work out why, because you're a bloke. Or maybe I don't know. How old is she? She's a very intelligent. She's got great eyes. Right, quick question gets her back.
Jason, what was your first car you bought?
What was my first road car? What was my first road car? It was a Volkswagen Beetle, 1302, in the white, with black plastic interior. I think they call it leatherette. Yeah, and the second car after I crashed that one which was ace actually. I could put a finder's worth of fuel in on a Monday when I went to college, and I'd still have fuel in the following Monday, and it was a 2CV. And we managed the best we ever got it. top speed was 72 down the hill. Yeah.
Before we win. Before we win.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, with the wind behind, yeah. So that's my, what was your first car?
I'm just going to say, was that 5 shillings back then? Yes, no, maybe. How old are you now, JP?
Old enough to not qualify you, son. Oh, he just sets me up for the quickly, This is shit.
How do you both get ready for a race? How do you relax and just get ready for it?
How do we relax and prepare for a race? Well, I don't do anything in particular, really. I just kind of lock myself away for a couple of minutes, try and avoid all you lot wanting me to sign my name again. And, yeah, just to kind of, I used to, long time ago, I used to wind myself up and that makes you a bit punchy, a bit overly punchy. So I found the best way to relax is to, have a drink of a really great energy drink. And look at some pretty girls that are on the grid in front of me. And that always kind of just lowers my heart rate, makes me relax. Sam?
I'm sure I'm going to top that. I'm the opposite, yeah. I don't think it works. If you get yourself all fired up, that's never really worked for me. I'm always the opposite. I find a quiet corner, sit down and think about something else, and just completely take my mind off everything. It's quite difficult actually, and it's one of the things that I've learned coming into the BTCC. That you've got so much going on. You've got all you guys, 3 races, it's all happening, and it's actually quite easy to forget why we're here. And we're supposed to be racing riders in the day, and as you know, we have lots of media obligations and stuff to do, but actually the driving bit's the most important. So I spend a bit of time just in a quiet corner thinking about the driving.
Any questions specifically for Sam? What's your favourite rock band, Sam?
Can you, Oasis? Can you call Oasis a rock band? Love a bit of old school Oasis from time to time, yeah. More recent than that, Kaiser Chiefs. Kaiser Chiefs are from Leeds. Like Kaiser Chiefs. It's not really rock's not really my thing.
You predict a riot!
In Bruce Lee, yeah, I definitely think it's going as long as I'm not involved and I can pick up the pieces, fantastic. I thought JP might have had a slide going on today actually. Why are you doing them?
I was asked to do it, but I very quickly remembered that when I drove those things, every lap I drove I was paid to do so, and there was no offer of any money. So I decided not to, because this is obviously a proper job. But yeah, it would be lovely to kind of, jump in and cast my mind back and remember how great they were. They were mega bits of kit, and I think they're, that's the Renault that's today's, best part of 15, 16 years old, and the level of engineering was just amazing.
Jason!
There's no need to shout.
Okay, so we've done all the questions. Jason, now you get to decide who gets a £10 voucher and who gets the shirt.
Who gets a £10 voucher and who gets a shirt? Well, I like that. Do you think? I think the shirt's a bit too big for you. Would you like a tenner? Thanks, yes. It's a very special day today, Dad. Don't think you're £10 out, because it's double pocket money day today. So you're running that straight over, wouldn't you? Right, who gets the shirt? You decide that, Sam.
Who gets the shirt? Loudmouth over here, but I got this way, didn't he? I'm not sure. We've got one big enough for him.